I wanted to make another quick one just to give you an idea of how to carry yourself properly. This goes back to the unified field that I was talking about of love, but all these people that are lashing out, they're unconscious. They have no clue that in the Bible where it says, forgive them for they know not what they do. All that means is these people don't have a clue. They think they know everything. They always got to be right. And what's keeping them trapped there is their ego. Their need to be right about every single thing in life. Their pride won't allow that to dissolve. They have to be the person who's right all the time. And furthermore, most of them, if they're not unconscious, they've been blackmailed. They've been contrived, bullied. There are people who were tortured and that gave in, that surrendered, that gave up their will to fight and stand united, trapping them back in unconscious. When somebody comes up to you, last night was a perfect example. I'm going to post the video here. I'm going to pull it off my DVR and post it. A kid came up screaming and yelling and flipping out, wanting to fight and throwing a fit, calling me a foreigner and shit. It's hilarious. Like, if you play into that, like, go out there and fight, you're sucking yourself right into the unconsciousness. That's all these people are trying to do. When we trap them in the definition of insanity, we trap them in a power and control struggle where they're going to continue to keep trying to control an illusion. We're dangling a carrot and stick in front of them. Credit card. Being right. All we're doing is dangling it there, watching them all jump and spiral out. If they're too stupid to step back and wake up and be like, what the fuck is going on? Don't play into it. Don't feed into it. Because they're trying to suck you back into an unconscious struggle. What they don't realize, you couldn't be sucked back in if they wanted to. Once you make the leap, once you go into your heart, there's no coming back. You can never get sucked back in. Sure, they can chatterbox till they're blue in the face, but that's the definition of what you do unto others is done back unto you. It's so blissfully beautiful when you get it. The people that think they're chatterboxing people and sucking them away from their purpose, they're the ones that are being consumed. Their whole life is consumed with carrots and sticks. They're trying to chase the fucking white rabbit. I got news for you. You don't ever catch it. It just keeps running, hopping along. That's do unto others what's done back unto you. That's exactly what you're doing. That book, if you're trying to use it against people, was a story with clear guidelines of what'll happen. Do unto others will be done back unto you. That's exactly what it means. When you think you're chatterboxing yourself. It's you who's losing. Your entire life has been consumed with an illusion. When's the last time you sat and read your daughter a storybook? Or you actually spent quality time with your wife or your family or your parents or your loved ones? You're completely consumed with a lie, with the illusion. All of us are going on with our lives. I've built this beautiful home, this beautiful bus. I continue to make leaps and bounds forward. I'm not allowing anything to hold me in place, to hold me down. I'm a no-limit soldier. I thought I told you. You don't get it, bud. It's simple. And it's poetically justice. Poetic justice is being unleashed here like never seen before. You're doing what you think you're doing to others to yourself, man. Everything you do, you're doing to you. Nobody else. That's why everybody else just keeps on keeping on, man. You think because you blackmail or torture someone into acting stupid, having a momentary lapse of judgment and consciousness, fueled by drugs and alcohol, that you've accomplished something? Pretending to be someone's friend and then winding them up to make them look like an idiot? You think that makes you fucking like you're getting somewhere? It puts you back 1,000 steps, man. The person winding people up, you're winding yourself up. You're consumed, man. Your whole life's are consumed with a lie. Fake culture, fake history, fake definitions, fake understandings. A house built upon a foundation of sand washes away. The moment truth appeared, the illusion just went. For anyone who was paying any real attention, man, to even think that you could phase people once they go into their heart is the best fucking joke of it all. Those people are just sitting back laughing like, this is stupid. Watch while the whole world goes insane. It is what it is, man. Once you realize, once you take that evolutionary step, it's a wrap. You'll never go back. That system doesn't exist anymore. It's a figment of the imagination. It's got no fucking placeholder ability at this point. It's been dissolved. I mean, the very words you tried to use against people are what is being used against you. When you think you're doing something to someone else, you're really doing it to you, nobody else. You're hurting yourself. You're dragging yourself down. You're bringing yourself down to a level that's non-existence, bro. You consume. You really aren't even existing while you're here because you're consumed by an illusion, by a lie, a fallacy, a false definition and false understanding, false rights. All this stuff is false rights. The Viking culture isn't about death. The Vikings were the great civilizer that traveled from continent to continent on their trade routes. The Vikings were the biggest merchant empire to ever be upon this earth. And they always were God's hand of justice. They went continent to continent. They discovered North America. Christopher Columbus didn't find this place. The Vikings landed in Canada well before. And in Providence, in Rhode Island area. The Vikings were here well ahead, and it was because they were running trade routes, trading with the Indians, trading with whoever they found, and imparting knowledge and wisdom. The same way I am right now. I'm Odin. I'm X1, bro. What you don't get is the wisdom we've always imparted. We were the greatest civilizing force this planet's ever seen. Anytime there was problems on Earth, the Vikings show up. During the Dark Ages in Europe, the Persians came in and made all the white people slaves. The first slaves on planet Earth were white people. They were slaves in Europe. The only place that didn't fall fully was England. Everything else was conquered by the Persian Empire. The Muslims took them all as slaves, man. Then, one of my lifetimes, I was William the Conqueror. In 1066, I conquered England in the Battle of Hastings. We came back and we cleaned everything up and we put the Muslims back where they belong in Persia and in their own countries. The Vikings always show up and clean up the mess. The fake history you kids listen to and believe is set up to make you fail. It goes back to that, the strong survive. The true definition of that, which is think for yourself. Do your own research. Don't be a follower. Go and do your homework. Gain knowledge and insight. The Vikings were where most of your manners and respect and treating people with dignity and honor comes from. Fidelity, Knights of the Round Table, that's all Viking shit, bro. All the chivalry comes from the Vikings. We were the biggest trade empire on the planet. We were traveling the seas before these people were even going out in their harbor. Cross Atlantic, cross Pacific voyages, man. Running goods and stuff no one else had ever seen before. Stuff because we were going to all these times. We had things from places no one even knew what they were, man. We showed up. Everyone wanted to trade with us because we had goods from everywhere. And we acted with honor and integrity. If you didn't come try to rob us, you got a square deal, bro. That's where that whole term square deal comes from. It is what it is. Falling for fake lies, the Vikings are a death cult. That's bullshit. Only ones preaching death around here are the ones that infiltrated Christianity and Catholicism and turned it into some fucking wannabe nightmare bullshit. Adding man-made shit to try to control people as a form of control over other people. The common sense was watered down. Do unto others what you'd have done unto you. All the powerful messages that meant something. They added a whole bunch of filler to that book. They added a whole bunch of trash to it that doesn't hold any place in anything other than trying to control people, trying to make them do what you want them to do. Now, that's not to discredit an entire group of people who, because for the most part, most Christians and even Catholics are honorable people who want to see good in the world. But there is a big stained glass masquerade crowd within both groups that judge everybody, that condemn everybody, that prey on everybody, that steal from people. That's what needs to be cleaned up. What's going to come forth now is a putting back of the real definitions, the real understandings, and adding to that the new definitions and understandings which we can all use to live clearly and civilly together with. Not the lies and illusions that have been used as a mask to make people do what you want them to do. So you can prey on them and condemn them and shame them. Shame culture doesn't come from the Vikings. All that crap is people trying to control you, make you complacent. Don't fall for the hoodwink. Do your homework. Wake up to the stupidity. You people are pushing a completely fake culture. It's not real. It's a lie, an illusion. Understand what your trusts are. Understand the real history. You got a lot of homework to do. You've let people tell you your whole life the definition of everything. Define things. You come to your own understandings. There's some things which are defined by God. Laws of free will, things like that, which were a cornerstone in the whole universe. It doesn't just apply on Earth. It applies on every planet there is. But the principle of letting people fill you with fake histories, false understandings, and use false mysteries to try to... A false mystery dissolves the moment you bring forth the truth. The truth shall set you free. No truer words have ever been spoken. Nor has any great understanding came forth without the cornerstone of truth as its guiding virtue from inception to present.